Hey everyone, welcome to the iWoman Report Live. I'm Cathleen Trigg-Jones. How's everyone doing out there tonight? I want to thank all of you for joining me in this movement to keep women informed, entertained, healthy, and of course sane during the coronavirus. And of course, I hope we'll stay together beyond this. Many are questioning the president's mental state as world leaders rebuke claims he made suggesting household disinfectants can be used to treat coronavirus. The country is divided over when to reopen, but doctors are clear. Their lives matter. Earth Day, 50 years later, Liz Samuel will give us some gardening tips you can dig into this weekend in celebration, and the results to my poll on whether Joe Biden should choose a man or a woman as his running mate are in, and they may surprise you. So let's start with what many are calling Donald Trump's outrageous claims yesterday, actually a couple of days ago, that sent social media and the world abuzz. People are having a field day online, although in reality it's really no laughing matter that a president of any nation would suggest for even a second injecting or ingesting household disinfectants or using UV rays as a way to treat a virus that has infected nearly 3 million people worldwide and claimed the lives of almost 200,000.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs, so it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with, but it sounds interesting to me.
Well, you can be the judge. Yesterday, Donald Trump claimed he was just joking, but it was really no joking matter to the medical community and world leaders who are chiming in as far away as Scotland, or even Donald Trump's own right-hand doctor, Deborah Birx, whose look was priceless when he made the comments, and it has gone viral. Well, Scotland's First Minister Nicola Sturgeon called the comments irresponsible.
We'll all make mistakes in this, but I think we all have to remember that very serious responsibility when we're giving advice to the public. It must be good advice, informed by the best science. And as Jason has just said, it is clearly not the case that ingesting disinfectant in any way, shape or form is a good idea. It is a very, very bad idea.
Well, this comes after a very divided nation contemplates whether to reopen businesses to the dismay of many of the doctors who continue to risk their lives on the front lines of this corona battle. An alarming new study out shows nearly all 9 of 10 COVID-19 patients that end up on ventilators in New York's largest hospital system, North Shore, have died. But that was not enough to convince Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp from reopening some of the businesses there. It was a controversial decision just yesterday to open salons, gyms, and bowling alleys against pleas from doctors not to do so.
Okay, I'm at work today. And I just got the information that Kemp, I can't even call him Governor Kemp, is reopening Georgia on Friday and then opening everything up on Monday. I'm so upset that I'm not going to take my mask off. I mean, I don't even want you to see the cuss words that are coming, that could be coming out of my mouth. Do they not understand that we are coming to work under these conditions? This is what I'm wearing. I just had to reclaim this. This is my new, I'm doing all of this stuff, all this, to try to protect myself, to come in here and to take care of patients and to try to help to flatten this curve and to try to keep people that need to go to the hospital going to the hospital. I mean, we're risking our lives every frickin' single day, and they're reopening.
Look, there's no question. The economy is tanking fast, and people want to get back to work. I don't know anyone who doesn't. Unemployment has reached an all-time high. 26 million of you have filed for unemployment, and getting back on track is not going to be easy. No one denies that. Well, the White House did pass the second round of stimulus funding. That's another $484 billion to help businesses get back in business. But is it just going to dry up fast like the first round did? There's only one way to find out. Let's bring in wealth management expert Achilles Larea Jr. All right, Achilles, thank you so much for joining us. So
Thank
this
you for having me.
is the second stimulus is supposed to pass as we're speaking right now. What are you telling your clients? How do you get this money? Because the first time around, it ran out really fast.
Yeah, the first thing I would tell you is get that application. If you can have help right away, get all your information to these people that can help you out and get that application in as fast as you can, because I suspect that these applications, however they're lined up, they're just going to take them from where they left off, and you want to be in there. You don't want to wait, so that way you can take advantage of this loan that can be a real help to your business.
So if you applied the first time around for the PPP, do you have to fill out a second application, or if you didn't get it that time, it automatically goes in queue for the second round?
Yeah, to my knowledge, there is no reapplication process. They were simply telling people that they could not accept more applications at this point. But once that has been opened again, I'm assuming that, from what I've been reading, that what is available is going to go to the people who are already in line.
Right.
It wouldn't make a ton of sense if they did otherwise.
Right, right. What are the steps you would suggest? There were a lot of very depressed people, both businesses who were expecting that money and employees who were hoping to get back on the payroll, who all just felt completely dejected after the last round. What do you suggest this time? How hopeful should people be?
Well, I mean, it's another $500 million. I mean, this isn't a small amount of money. However, what do they say? Luck favors those who are prepared, and the bold. So don't wait. Get that information into the system, so that way there's no opportunity where you're going to be shut out. That you're already in there, and make sure that all that information that you're giving to these people who are helping you is accurate, filled out to the best of your ability, and ready to go.
Okay. Now, should you go through one of those third-party funding sites like PayPal or Cabbage or one of those? I've been hearing they've had a lot of luck.
Yeah, I mean, if they're doing this every single day, they're going to be a lot better at it than you are. So why not, if you can get the help? And a lot of them are doing it for free. They want to help out their clients. They know that once your business comes back, that there's a lot of opportunity to get even more of your business once things return to normal. So absolutely, work with these people, have them help you with the app, because it's going to make a big difference in your life.
How hopeful are you for the future? Are we heading into a recession or a depression at this point?
Well, the funny thing about recessions and depressions, they don't come up and they go, how you doing? I'm here. It doesn't work that way. We usually find out 6 to 8 months afterwards. But I'll tell you, I think we're in a recession right now. We could conceivably touch the depression on the nose for a slight amount of time. But you have to remember, this happened quickly, and it happened, it's unprecedented how this occurred. So the way we get out of it may be almost the same thing, where we don't shoot out immediately, but it could be a 4 to 8 month process where we all of a sudden we start seeing that growth. And I'm looking at first to second quarter of 2021 before we really start seeing some sort of normal get back to work kind of thing.
Right. Wow. Well, all the more reason to hopefully get this money. Achilles, I just want to thank you so much for joining us on iWoman Report.
Thank you for having me again, Catherine. I appreciate it.
Website address real quick for us.
Absolutely. The website address is www.larea, that's LARREA wealth.com. I could also be reached here in New York City at 212-390-8918.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And our fingers are crossed.
Me too.
I don't know if that's the news we were hoping to hear, but let's turn to some more pleasant news and a bit of hope. This week was the 50th celebration of Earth Day. I know it's hard to imagine that it's been 50 years, but it has been. Here's a video of my family and I planting our garden last year. Well, at least I was anyway. My kids took some convincing to help me get down and dirty. They might be a little lazy. But environmentalists are reporting some really good news right now. They say we've seen some of the bluest skies in a long time over cities like New York, Los Angeles, and even China due to the coronavirus lockdown, which is all the more reason our Liz Samuel is suggesting picking up gardening or planting during this time. Hey, Liz, I know a lot of people have been, looking for ways to make it feel like they're not stuck indoors, right? And gardening's become a big thing, I hear.
Yeah, we're kind of going back to the basics. We're channeling our Little House on the Prairie people, and we're, where there's life growing, there's hope. So I think that people are finding solace in gardening. And I know personally, I would never normally want to plant a garden or really do much with plants and flowers outside. And now I feel kind of desperate for it.
Well, I think, as we said in one of our other shows, I think there's just something not only nostalgic, but really therapeutic.
Yeah, I think it's really healthy to be able to do that. And, and if you don't have a yard to try this, even if you have a little terrace, you can just get little pots and plant in the pots a little tomato plant, some flowers, just to see, because this is the time, April showers bring May flowers, but I think during this time it's like coronavirus brings more plants. I don't know.
Right. Well, if nothing else, you know what? Our world is healthier than it has been, and I bet that the earth is probably going to be more fertile than it's ever been.
Yeah, so in some ways, there's a lot of good stuff coming from this. But yeah, I mean, you can order seeds online, and you can just also get some dirt delivered from a local hardware store or Home Depot, and you can get it, and you can just create a little garden. Google, YouTube will teach you how to create your own garden.
I like that. You know what I want to do? I know I'm always coming. You give me so many ideas, but another thing we should do, sometimes women will make vision boards. We should do at the end of this, share our gardening, our pictures of the fruits of our labor, in a sense during this time.
I love that. And I think we're going to find that a lot of it's pictures of things that we never had time to do before.
Right. Time. That's an interesting thing. Next time I want you to talk about that, because I feel like I'm in a place of endless time, endless possibilities. And I don't have any start or finish to my days. I'm just going. So I need to figure this out too.
Yeah, I think that it's good to create a schedule. It'll make you, there's comfort in that schedule. I know my 12-year-old needs a schedule to feel comfortable. So we've been doing that, and I try to do that. And also by creating a schedule, you get things done in a timely manner. Then you have time to go out and
garden.
Create a garden.
Yes, exactly. All right, Liz, thank you so much. Happy gardening.
Thank you. I'm going to go give it a shot.
See you later. I don't know where she gets all the energy. Well, finally, I asked you all earlier in the week whether you think Vice President hopeful Joe Biden, presidential hopeful Joe Biden, the Democratic nominee for the 2020 presidential election, whether he should pick a woman or a man as his running mate. Well, not surprisingly, the majority of my iWoman supporters said a woman, of course, 55 to 45%. I personally would love to see Michelle Obama run as the running mate with Biden, because then we get President Obama back in the White House, and Michelle gets to show her true boss lady style that she has locked up in there. Well, that of course is unlikely, but you can't fault me for wishing, right? Okay, well, that's going to do it for us today. I want to leave you with a video that my team produced to raise money for first responders and help keep local restaurants in business in one of the hardest hit neighborhoods in the country. To date, thank you for your donations. To date, we have raised hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars actually, to support the first responders and doctors at Harlem Hospital. We've kept a restaurant there open. We've given much needed supplies thanks to Unilever and Dove and some other businesses. If you feel inclined to help, please visit TriggHouse.com and make a tax-free donation. I want to thank you all for joining us. Until the next iWoman Report, everyone, please stay healthy, stay happy, and stay safe. When COVID-19 attacked our neighborhood, you responded. You sacrificed your own lives to save others. Now, it's our turn to take care of you, 'cause we care. From our heart to yours.
I can see the sun, I can see the stars. I won't let this world go tear me apart.